Canelo Crawford, who got his ass.
I can't go against Crawford. I fuck with Crawford. I like him in the ring, out the ring. I think that he's the best right now. I'm rocking with Crawford.
After a meeting in Turkey with Canelo Alvarez, it was reported that everything has been agreed upon for the fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. The fight is now officially confirmed.
Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see. Everything is possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it. Sit down. Really well.
Mexican boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez is keeping his options open for 2025, with several possible opponents in mind. However, he seems willing to negotiate one of the proposals from Turki Al Sheikh, the president of the General Entertainment Authority in Saudi Arabia. Canelo traveled to London to receive the Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year award, where he met Al Sheikh. In an interview, Canelo confirmed that his fight with Terence Crawford is on, though he didn't share many details. There's always a possibility, Canelo said when asked about the fight, adding, "We're here to do the best business."
And figure out something.
I know you thought he was kind of a lose-lose situation for you. Do you think he's too small to compete with you?
David Benavidez is the mandatory challenger for Canelo Alvarez, according to the World Boxing Council. However, with Canelo showing reluctance to take on Benavidez, he might look to face Terence Crawford in his September fight. The main issue with making that fight happen is the weight difference. Crawford competes at 154 lbs in the super welterweight division, which is 2 weight classes below Canelo.
You know, I thought I would never say this, but Canelo's scared. Literally, I thought I would, as a fighter, I know fighters are not scared.
Money likely won't be the biggest hurdle in making the fight happen, as negotiations would begin at the $150 million that Canelo has requested. However, there are other challenges, as British promoter Eddie Hearn, head of Matchroom, recently acknowledged in an interview with Fight Hype. While some in the boxing world see the potential matchup as exciting, others are concerned for both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, fearing it could be a risky fight for either fighter.
Fighters are not scared. But wow, we've been begging Canelo, please, we want this fight. I want it as a fan.
Terence Crawford has stepped up his sparring sessions, recently working with boxing legend Andre Ward in preparation for his upcoming fight. Crawford brought in Ward's expertise, and the two were seen doing some light sparring, with Ward sharing a clip of their session on his social media on Tuesday morning. The video showed Crawford practicing hand fighting at his home gym, and the comment section quickly filled up with fans praising Crawford for this legendary partnership. Reacting to the clip, fans were quick to share their thoughts. One fan wrote, "Iron sharpens iron," while another tweeted, "Two of the GOATs going at it." A third fan added, "Some knowledge in that ring," and someone else posted, "This is why Terence is pound for pound. He has masters of the sport in his gym, and he gives them their flowers." Meanwhile, a fifth supporter commented, "The two best American since Floyd Mayweather." Ward, of course, is one of the few world champions who retired undefeated. Ryan Garcia has been outspoken about a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, making his opinion crystal clear in a recent interview. Known for his bold statements, Garcia didn't hold back, calling Crawford an overhyped bum and insisting that Canelo would easily win if the two ever faced off. Speaking to Seize TV, Garcia criticized Crawford for being a boring fighter, claiming he doesn't deserve the attention he's getting and that he's just stealing boxing's money.
Terence Crawford really hasn't beat nobody other than Errol Spence Jr. that went through a car crash. Name one guy that he beat other than Errol Spence that's well known. Sean Porter, that was washed. Who has he beat? He hasn't beat nobody, bro. He's not gonna beat nobody, bro. Terence Crawford is...
Unsurprisingly, Garcia was firm in his stance, even going as far as calling out one of the superstars to fight him if they disagreed with his opinion.
Alright, bro. Terence Crawford is not no, he ain't like that, bro. Terence Crawford is an overhyped bum, bro. I'm sorry. Somebody gotta say it. You're an overhyped bum, bro. I'm looking at the camera right now. You suck, bro. Stop back.
Terence Crawford is not like that, Garcia told Seize TV. Crawford is an overhyped bum. I'm sorry, but somebody's gotta say it. You're an overhyped bum. I'm looking at the camera right now. You freaking suck, bro. Stop acting like you're like that. Stop stealing boxing's money, wasting everybody's money. You're not entertaining. You're boring as hell. Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking nonsense. I can do it anytime, bro. Despite his harsh words, Garcia remains confident that a fight with Crawford could happen eventually. I could definitely see Crawford, Garcia said.
You're like that. Stop stealing boxing money. You're wasting everybody's money. You're not entertaining, bro. You're boring as Come see me in the ring if you think I'm talking shit. I can do it anytime.
You think you can see Crawford?
I can definitely see Crawford, bro. What do you mean? I've seen many fighters like him too. He's not that good, bro. He gets hit a lot, bro. He gets wobbled, hit. Bro, he's not untouchable, bro. You act like he's Mayweather.
I was one of the best fighters in the amateurs, bro. He was too. I've seen many fighters like him. I don't care if he can take away my left hook. I can find a way to get him. He's not that good. He gets hit a lot, gets wobbled. He's not untouchable, Garcia said. If a fight between Garcia and Crawford were to happen, it would almost certainly take place at a catchweight, as Garcia has never fought at the 147 lb welterweight limit or above. Crawford, meanwhile, last fought at super lightweight, 140 lbs, in August 2017. Garcia is currently suspended after testing positive for a banned substance following his fight with Devin Haney. Despite this, Ryan Garcia continues to stir the boxing world, frequently making headlines with his bold comments about his peers and downplaying their accomplishments.
I don't think that he's not a great fighter, but I don't think he's as good as people say. He's not like a Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, not Tommy Hearn. You can't do that because he's not like that, but he hasn't fought nobody that has firepower like him.
This time, Ryan Garcia's target is Terence Crawford, who has been seeking a fight with Canelo Alvarez in 2025, though the Mexican fighter has yet to accept the challenge. Garcia claims he has already called Crawford to request a fight, with the goal of proving that Crawford isn't as good as people think. He even taunted Crawford by suggesting the possibility of a big payday. As for Bud Crawford, I already called him. I think he's just trying to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez, but I don't think that's going to happen, Garcia said. Have you ever fought someone with one-punch knockout power? No. That's why I think Bud Crawford is overrated.
Who would win, him or Boots?
I like Boots. In my opinion, I mean, I like Boots. I don't think Crawford could keep up with somebody that talented and young and fast. I haven't even seen him fight somebody talented.
I'd love to fight Bud. I don't think he's as good as people say. If Bud is listening, I'd like to fight you. I'd give you a beating, Garcia said, referring to the undefeated Crawford, who holds the WBC and WBO welterweight titles. Garcia left the decision up to Crawford about whether the fight would happen, but made it clear that if the undefeated champion accepted, he'd receive a significant payday. If he doesn't want it, it's not my fault. He's boring as hell, but I'd probably give him the biggest paycheck of his life if he takes the fight, Garcia added.
I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going Crawford.
Despite his complicated relationship with Canelo Alvarez, Oscar De La Hoya has shared his thoughts on a possible fight between the Mexican superstar and Terence Crawford. De La Hoya emphasized that his predictions about any potential fight involving Canelo are unbiased. The former world champion is confident in his bold opinion on the outcome of this matchup, believing that Canelo's size and power would give him a clear advantage over Crawford.
Oscar, Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If Canelo is victorious against Charles.
At 154, Crawford didn't really look too dangerous in the ring against a beast. So imagine Canelo being the bigger guy, being a beast. It's almost like a no contest. I mean, come on, when has a smaller good guy ever beaten a bigger good guy? It's never happened in the history of the sport. It's rare, De La Hoya told Fight Hub TV. De La Hoya believes Crawford, known for his technical skill and punching power, would face a significant physical challenge if he were to take on Canelo at his natural weight.
Canelo? Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Because And this is look.
While some experts believe Terence Crawford has the skills to compete with Canelo, the size and power difference could be a deciding factor. For now, the future of this potential fight remains uncertain as both fighters have existing commitments. Any agreement will depend on several factors, including contract negotiations and strategic decisions from both teams. There aren't many fighters who have shared the ring with both Crawford and Canelo. The only man to do so professionally was Amir Khan, who suffered stoppage defeats to both. Khan has already shared his thoughts on how a potential Crawford versus Canelo matchup would play out.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big. He's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a tall task for him to win.
There are a few others who have sparred with both Crawford and Canelo, and one of them, middleweight contender Coron Davis, has now shared his take on how he thinks the fantasy matchup could unfold. Davis, who faced Canelo rival David Benavidez in November 2021, told Mill City Boxing that he thinks it would be extremely tough for Crawford and backs Alvarez to win. Canelo is a big guy. It's going to be a lot. He can take a punch, so you're not going to hurt Canelo. I don't think Crawford can hurt him with one punch. Maybe he can cut an eye or something, or bother him to the body. Davis said,
It'll be a lot. You have to, it'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size wins fights, but you got a guy that got size and skill. It'll be hard.
He has to get some flesh on gloves and go to the body. It's going to be a tall task. Canelo can really fight. He has moves and traps. It's not easy in boxing. Nothing is impossible, but if I had to bet, I'd put money on Canelo. I'm not taking anything away from Crawford, but Canelo is great. Can Canelo stop him? He's the bigger guy. I think one punch can do it, Davis said. The debate about Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez continues. Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight champion, is coming off a unanimous decision win over Israel Madrimov at 154 lbs, securing the World Boxing Association and interim WBO super welterweight titles. However, unlike his dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr. at 147 lbs, Crawford didn't look as impressive against the former champion from Uzbekistan.
On that, and I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3, Yeah, my math is different than yours.
This has led many to rule out Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez if the fight ever happens at 168 lbs. However, not everyone shares that view. Some believe Crawford will adapt and be a real challenge for the super middleweight king. One of those people is renowned boxing trainer Teddy Atlas, who once trained Mike Tyson. In a recent interview with Fight Hub TV, Atlas shared his thoughts on what Crawford could do in the 168 lb division. Don't discount his first time at 154. Don't discount that there will be a little growth there too, Atlas confidently declared during the interview.
Being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, he had the skeleton for it.
Don't go and believe it's going to be the same Crawford when he steps up to 168 if that happens. No, this is going to be a better armed Crawford, even better than he's been, Atlas continued. He suggested that after the closely contested bout with Madrimov in August, Crawford would have the knowledge and confidence to secure another belt. In the division, in closing his thoughts on a potential Canelo versus Crawford matchup, Atlas told the reporter, "So don't be so sure that the Crawford you saw with Madrimov isn't going to be different. He will be different.
But I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts that very few."
However, it's worth mentioning that the World Boxing Organization has ordered Sebastian Fundora and Terence Crawford to reach a deal for a fight within 30 days for the WBO super welterweight title. While there has been no official confirmation of the deal yet, Fundora's promoter, Samson Lukowicz, told Boxing Scene that they are solely focused on a fight with Crawford. He also acknowledged that Crawford wants to move up to the 168 LB division to face Canelo, but if that doesn't happen, Fundora is ready to take on Crawford. Canelo Alvarez's strength and punching power may scare some boxers, but not Terence Crawford. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Crawford confidently stated that he is absolutely sure he would get the victory over the Mexican superstar if the two ever fought.
For both of us, I believe.
Ain't doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that
Of course, at the moment, it's still a big if. Even though Crawford has made it clear he wants the fight, Canelo doesn't seem as certain. Crawford was present to witness Canelo Alvarez's most recent victory, where Canelo responded with a simple no comment when asked about a potential matchup with Bud. However, when a reputable news source spoke with Crawford, the 36-year-old boxer reiterated that he still really wants to throw hands with Canelo in the ring.
Yeah, I can't rap. That's what I'm saying. So I gotta stick to what I know. I beat people up.
Oh, God.
I beat people up.
Yeah. I feel as if that's a legacy fight, Crawford said. I feel as if this is the biggest fight in boxing today if it does go down. Crawford acknowledges the challenges he'd face, particularly with Canelo's size and power, but he's confident in his abilities. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, he said, guaranteeing that he'd come away with a win. Of course I'll beat him, the 41-0 star added. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that I step in the ring with.
I'm gonna start rapping, man. And everybody gonna be saying, man, I'm being Roy Jones Jr. I'm coming out like Roy.
Crawford isn't sure when or where he'd like the match to happen, but he knows he wants to give the fans what they want and believes Alvarez should feel the same. ESPN's Mike Coppinger reported that before the bout, Alvarez was seeking a potential rematch with Dmitry Bivol in May, but that was dependent on whether Bivol defeated Artur Beterbiev for the undisputed light heavyweight title. However, the two Russians are set to face off again next month, and Canelo may still be interested in taking on the opponent who handed him his only career loss.
To come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know.
Crawford seemed to signal on X that he has his eyes set on Canelo following Saturday's bout. Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, told Canelo in August that he's working with Crawford to get Alvarez to agree to the fight. I will give Canelo what I think is a fair price, Al-Sheikh said. If he accepts it, he deals directly with me to finish the deal. I don't want anyone in the middle. I guarantee Crawford a big fight. I want Canelo for Crawford, and Crawford wants Canelo. But if Canelo is crazy with his financial demands, I will still guarantee Crawford any fight he wants. Crawford improved his record to 41-0 with a victory over the Uzbekistani fighter in a super welterweight championship match, securing the World Boxing Association super welterweight title.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be a well-fought fight for
Alvarez has won 5 straight matches since his last defeat in the light heavyweight division to the highly skilled Russian, but he's been criticized for choosing easier opponents to pad his resume. The 34-year-old is 62-2 in 66 career bouts. Despite this, many boxing professionals believe Crawford is no match for him due to the weight class difference. Even with the fans' clamor and relentless anticipation, the dream matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford seems destined to remain just that, a dream. Matchroom boss Eddie Hearn, who has a close association with the Mexican superstar, recently shared his thoughts on a potential fight with Canelo. Unfortunately, the outlook doesn't seem promising.
I'd be very surprised if that fight happens. I think His Excellency has been pushing that fight. It didn't seem like it was something that Canelo who's really up for.
If you remember, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh was also pushing for the bout during Crawford's clash with Israel Madrimov last year. The Saudi royal had even asked Eddie Hearn to reach out to Canelo's team to make the fight happen, but it never materialized. Since then, the conversation about the potential fight has been slowly dying down. To put the final nail in the coffin, Hearn appeared in an interview with Fight Hype, where he was pressed about the details of the potential matchup. "I'll be honest, I'd be very surprised if that fight happens," Hearn revealed. "I think His Excellency has been pushing that fight, but it didn't seem like it was something that Canelo was really up for, to be honest."
I think his kind of feeling is, when I beat Crawford, everyone's going to say I've beaten a 154 pounder. And he also, I think, at his...
Hearn recalled his prior conversation with Canelo, explaining that Canelo's mindset seems to be, when I beat Crawford, everyone's going to say I've beaten 154 pounders. He also pointed out that at this stage in Canelo's career, he's looking for opponents who will come forward and fight, something Canelo believes Crawford won't do. Notably, Crawford is climbing several weight classes for this potential matchup, putting him at a disadvantage. Even if he makes it to 165 lbs, Canelo would still be the bigger man, so Crawford would need to remain agile on his feet to win the fight. Hearn shares this belief, stating that Crawford can't really come to fight due to the massive size disadvantage. He's at a massive size disadvantage, Hearn told Fight Hype. He concluded by reiterating his doubts about the fight happening.
I don't think he wants to be fighting guys that are just moving all the time, and he wants people that come to fight. And Crawford can't really come to fight like that in that fight because he's at a
Despite the grim reality surrounding the potential fight, people haven't stopped sharing their opinions on who might come out on top. Demetrius Andrade has weighed in on the possible 2025 super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, offering a candid assessment of the matchup. While praising Crawford's skills and their shared history, Andrade highlighted the challenges Crawford would face in moving up 2 weight classes to challenge the super middleweight king.
Massive size disadvantage, and he can't be standing in front of him. I don't think that fight will happen, but then when you think about it, what are the options from Canelo Alvarez?
Andrade believes Crawford can make it competitive, but he doubts he can overcome Canelo's size, power, and agility. "I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo, but I still think he can give him a good fight. I'll be sitting there fuming for Canelo all day," Andrade said. "That's all for now." For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.